So welcome. This is Mktg 3383, Internet Digital Marketing. I am Professor Dr. Green, and we are here to celebrate our presentations. I have some administrative things to cover, if you don't mind. First of all, if you are not presenting, I'm going to ask that you mute your phone or your devices. Also, I would like for you to show your video unless there is a technical reason for not doing that. Don't care about warrants. By the law, that doesn't count. So if you please do that. And so the other thing I want to mention, again, is recorded. When you say your name, when you speak, please say your name so everyone knows. As again, this is being recorded. We do like active participation, so I would maybe ask you to show a reaction, or hand clap or something. We want to make sure that goes through. So now, this is Zoom. Zoom is not the classroom. So what I'm asking, we call this rapid fire. So we ask our reviewers, and we also ask our students, use between 15 and 20 seconds, you need to respond. Ask a question, make a comment, and so the students do that. That will make sure that that goes well. This is also timed. I will be timing it. For those that are presenting, you will see, and everyone else, it'll be in the chat room. I'll let you know when you have 2 minutes and when you have 1 minute. So at this point, I just want to introduce the reviewers. They will have a time where they will actually introduce themselves. So I just want you kind of raise your hand. I want to make sure I got everyone in the room. I'm gonna start with Mr. Nash. He's with us. Okay, he's waved his hand. That's good. We have Dr. Cragen is with us. Okay. We actually have Laura McCormick is with us. Thank you, Lauren, for being here. Let's see, who did I miss? We have a couple of guests that we're going to celebrate. Again, Miss Hagens and Miss Leslie. So they're gonna be speaking, chiming in anytime they like. And so how this plays out is that after, we're going to ask that you hold your questions toward the end. If you have some questions you just want to get it out, you can actually send them a chat, and one of the presenters will try to look at it, and we'll try to respond. We first get opportunity to the reviewers. If we have any clients in the room, we actually let them go first in terms of getting feedback. We have a litany of presentations, and let's get busy. Let's get this started. So we are going to start with Team 1. Team 1, you're on.
How you guys doing today? Ooh, sorry about that. How you guys doing today? We are Team 1, and my name is Diego Rubalcaba. We had the opportunity of working with the Career Development Center for this micro internship. Okay, so
There you go. Are you with us? I mean, Alfredo, are you with us?
Okay, sorry about that. Our client was Miss Lori Higgins. She's the director of Career Center and the alumni engagement. I was the team leader for this micro internship, and I was in charge of conducting the survey and analyzing the data we collect and everything. So my role in this
micro internship was to basically cover and analyze online analytics as far as marketing goes. So I was monitoring our SEOs and our overall domain score. And I was also analyzing online traffic and seeing what sort of improvements we had. As far as our problem statement goes, our client wished to see more student engagement with the Career Center. And we didn't know where we were at the beginning of this internship. So we wanted to see, like, basically the basics of everything. Who knows what the Career Center is and what all they have to offer. Personally, I had no idea what the Career Development Center had to offer prior to this micro internship. So this experience was very insightful, and our internship plans were to basically just help our client on the day-to-day basis, hopefully to help her generate more online traffic and better her SEO scores, and to learn and have a great experience throughout the process. So this is a SEMrush analysis. SEMrush is basically a website that you use to monitor online SEOs and overall other marketing analytics. So as you can see on the chart at the bottom, we doubled the organic traffic throughout our micro internship. And essentially what that means is that Ms. Higgins was sending out a lot of content, maybe more than she was usually doing. And we almost got about 18,000 more site views throughout the internship. And this is a press release we did. That was also a pretty cool experience. I had never done a press release prior to this internship. And this is essentially just going over what our duties were and how the experience was going. And on the right is a stoplight analysis chart that basically shows us where we started in this whole process. And I will now pass it on to the team lead, Alfredo.
So basically, for the survey we conducted, we surveyed 100 students, and we divided and we spread the entire sample across the entire OBU faculty. We surveyed freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Some of the survey results were the following. The majority of the seniors and juniors, they do have an account of the Career Center. Around 80% of the sample said that the career portal website was easy to use, which is something good. So that way they can access it really quick and know what is happening on it. And 17% of the sample said that they would like to have more info about job opportunities related with their degree of work. Some of the people that I surveyed, they say that they didn't have an account because they didn't offer HHP or clinical job opportunities. So that's the reason why a lot of them didn't have a Career Center account. 12% of the sample said that they have an account, but they do not check it. The main reason for this is because a lot of the students for the introduction class, they are required to create an account, and that's it, and they never touch it again. 23% of the sample said that they do not have an account, and one of the results from our analysis that actually shocked me was that around 17% of the students were confused with the Career Center and the Success Center, indicating the lack of information students have, which means that they were thinking that the Career Center was an extra tool that they have for doing homework or helping them doing any kind of projects. Some of the recommendations we have for our clients that be more active on social media platforms, especially Instagram, kind of create work with Student Life, Campus Life, or OBU News. It will be ideal. Offer more opportunities to do internships, to do some internship for students, and create a video where the Career Center, where they explain what the Career Center is and the benefits it brings to the table. Our conclusions from our micro internship were the following. We would like to provide an online assistant and guidance so students can navigate the website easier, implement an easier search bar so students can narrow the jobs opportunity to the ones that they are looking for, and provide a section on the website where students, alumni, and employees can interact with each other so that way they can have a better idea of the job opportunities that they're looking for and how to do it properly. Another one that we found that we wanted to conclude was to show more simple job description, because sometimes the students didn't understand what kind of duties they will have if they apply for the job. So that will be helpful. And use different social media platforms to inform students about the jobs that the career portals is offering. Here we have some feedback from our client. Ms. Lori Hagen said that it was insightful and she really liked the survey that we conducted. So that way she could like use it as a base guideline in the future for the career portal. Here we have our references that we use for this presentation on micro internship. And that's all we have. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Would you unshare your screen? We're going to go ahead and start with Ms. Hagen, since she was the client, get her assessment, and then we'll ask the reviewers to chime in.
Okay, well, I just received today the surveys that the students did, so I'm looking forward to looking through that to kind of see what feedback they were able to get from the surveys. I will say that some of the analysis they were able to get, it shows me that I need to do a better job of getting the information out there, because students can go in through the career portal and only get alerts and all about the jobs that they're interested in. So I think that's a training thing, doing a better job there. So working with them, it was insightful. I think it helped me know better how to manage an internship the next time around.
Thank you so much. Is that a hand raise? Yusuf, are you raising your hand? Okay, so we're gonna go with ladies first. Ms. McCormick, you're first, and then followed by Dr. Cragen and Mr. Nash.
All right, thank you. Good presentation, guys. Alfredo, I wanted to ask you a question about how you guys got started. It can be a big task at first when you have a lot of information and you don't know what to do with it. So where did you guys start off?
So we basically start looking at the career portal and how it was structured and everything. So we kind of like use that as a baseline, so that way we know the steps to follow later. It was a lot of information, as you mentioned, but I think it helped us at the end to kind of like have an idea to where to go after it.
Okay. All right, thank you. Dr. Cragen?
Yeah, either one of you. Is it your hope or thought that this service could be similar to an OBU LinkedIn?
Yes, actually, that's kind of exactly what I thought when I became more familiar with the OBU Development Center. You know, there's like an abundance of opportunities through the career portal, and it'd be nice to be able to connect with other people throughout the career portal, and I think that'd be a pretty cool step moving forward.
Thank you, Dr. Cragen. And Mr. Nash, you're up.
So you mentioned things like Instagram and Facebook. I've actually seen some of Lori's stuff posted on LinkedIn, and I have seen it on Facebook as well. Do you think that adding Instagram stories about what they actually do and go through the process could actually help, instead of just, you know, like we have a job opening, which is what I usually see posted? Do you think having kind of a skit of a student walking in, what they actually do, could help on an Instagram story?
Yeah, I think Instagram will be really helpful. It's the platform that most students use around here. Having like a video similar to the ones that the president of the university posts about how to use the platform and everything will be helpful. And also adding stories or posts about job opportunities, or like even creating like a seminar during Monday, Wednesday, or Fridays at 10 a.m., which is whenever students doesn't have class, will also be helpful, so that way they can get more familiarized with it.
All right, let's great review and feedback. Let's give watch me. Let's give reactions. Let's give some reactions. Let's give them applause. Come on, don't hate. Please don't hate. That's God is good. Okay, and next we will have, I see we have Miss Ashley. I think she's representing another one of the clients. She's one of the clients. So next will be team 2. And I just want to mention about team, this micro internship is really about shortchanging the system, allowing the students to partner with clients in the moment during the semester. And some of the teams, I really pushed them hard. They actually had 2 clients. And team 2 is one of those teams that was pushed. So team 2, you're up.
Okay, hello everyone. We had the opportunity of working with Tecumseh Chamber of Commerce for our micro internship. So I'm Dakota Jones. I was the team lead and I was the main communication with Miss Leslie Merritt. I also ran the Instagram account.
Hello everyone, my name is Robert Lelofie. I was in charge of ad creation and distribution on Google's platform.
Hi everyone, my name is Lydia Burke. I was in charge of Instagram graphics and helping with the posts.
So who is Tecumseh Chamber of Commerce and what is a Chamber of Commerce? So a Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit organization with members of the business community that group together and the Chamber provides them with business, educational, and economic growth and opportunities and connections. Right now, the Chamber of Commerce is run by Leslie Merritt. She is a one-woman show and she's absolutely amazing getting everything done all the time. They have 115 members currently, and the Tecumseh Chamber's goal is to just create unity around Tecumseh and the businesses involved.
So with this, we have a gtmetrics.com gives a speed analysis, and this shows where Leslie, the Chamber of Commerce head, she has a lot of her communication across Facebook. And so this shows that she's got a 98%, which is great for the performance of her communication channel. And so with the analysis, Leslie does a great job of showing what the Chamber of Commerce is. And where we wanted to fit in is by reaching a younger generation and teaching them through a content marketing schedule and then also an exposure campaign on Google.
So from our analysis, we came up with a problem statement, which states that the Tecumseh Chamber of Commerce wanted to appear more to the younger generation and get them more involved. In doing so, they needed to create an excellent online presence that allowed people to become more aware of what Chamber does and how it helps the community. By seeing our problem statement, we as a team came up with a marketing strategy that consists of creating an Instagram with graphics that would be appealing to a younger generation, showcasing more events for the social media or on the social media accounts to get people more involved and get them to see what's going on. And we created an ad campaign to create awareness for the chamber.
So in the beginning, we talked to Leslie and she already had an Instagram account, but it wasn't used to its fullest potential. So I really wanted to help her use that and utilize it because that's how you would reach the younger generation. So we created 5 posts and eye-appealing, very young, exciting, so people would be involved. I also made sure that the Instagram and the Facebook were connected and then they both looked professional and the same so people didn't get confused and they knew they were the same organization. We also created a media release that was published in the OBU Bison newspaper as well as the Shawnee newspaper. So some results from our Instagram are we gained 45 followers. We also had 51 impressions and on an average, we reached 108.75 people a post. We received 3 people visit the website from the Instagram and 19 people visited the Instagram profile through a post. And we also increased likes from 6.25 on average to 8 likes on average. And as mentioned earlier, we had an ad campaign, but unfortunately it was shut down because Google said it had to deal with elections. So we emailed them and we tried to get it back, but unfortunately we could not.
In conclusion, we learned how to work with a nonprofit organization, which is a lot different than a for-profit organization. So for us, it was a new thing. And then also how we can connect to people in our demographic, which is about 18 to 25. And then working with a professional Instagram, not just where we post selfies, but focus on informational graphics. And then also the importance of being involved in the community, especially when it comes to networking. And here are our references. And thank you all so much for listening. I'll pass it back to Dr. Green now. You're muted, Professor.
Thank you so much, Team 2. And since we have the client in the room, we're gonna ask Ms. Meredith to chime in and get some feedback on what she saw.
Hello, everyone. I saw a very smart and professional group of individuals taking on a big project, both from myself, and I guess I'll get to see what else you guys have been doing. So huge kudos to them. And they also caught me during our annual auction time. So I was very busy. So they were out on a limb on their own quite a bit. And I'm very pleased to see those results. It's really great that you brought that feedback today. I'm happy to see that. And I do thank you all for your hard work. You guys worked very hard. Lydia, your graphics were great. Dakota, you're a go-getter. You really took charge of this whole thing. The press release you wrote was amazing. And Robert, you were kind of the silent partner, and I kept thinking, what does Robert do? And now I get to see it's all the data in the background. So I thank you for all your hard work. That goes unnoticed sometimes. So I appreciate all that you guys did. For me personally, this was great. I'm with Mrs. Higgins on that. I can come up with a better plan for my interns next time. And I can kind of see, seeing this presentation as well, I can see what kind of data they're trying to move, what numbers they're trying to move, what things are going to help them with their portfolios and their careers, because that's really ultimately what we need to be focusing on for these young people, is just getting them a nice little portfolio going. So I would like to, the chamber's got lots of work to be done. So keep us on the roster for the new interns. We've got lots of things to update and keep moving forward. And the next group of students will also have numbers they can move as well. So greatly appreciate the opportunity, Dr. Green, and Dakota, Lydia, and Robert. Good luck. Appreciate you guys.
Good deal. Thank you. It's always good to have the reality check with the client. We're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to start with Dr. Cragen this time, followed by Mr. Nash, followed by Ms. Cormick.
Yeah, real quick question, guys. It would seem to me that one of the key components you'd be trying to reach would be the CPM, and I'm expecting to see Leslie nod about that. But what was your impact in terms of reaching the tribe?
So our primary focus was on young individuals and like early professionals and college students. So I didn't really get any data back from the tribe. That's something I definitely should have thought of, but I didn't really get any from that.
Okay, good deal. And I want to mention about Mr. Nash. He actually, the GTech metric digital tool is something that he suggested. He came and presented. So alumni do give back in multiple ways. Mr. Dash, you're up.
I want to give props for that. So good job for using something. No, I said I want to give it.
Okay.
Give it because I was very excited to see that. I was like, heck yeah, they're using GT metrics. That's good stuff. So one of the questions I wanted to ask is what you were doing to reach people on Instagram. So besides the ads and the posts that you were making, did you try to, since what I gather is Tecumseh Chamber of Commerce is there for local businesses and to help promote them, did you at all go on local business posts and through the Chamber of Commerce, did you like their posts? Did you comment on their posts? to generate more, more awareness towards yourself. Because when you go out there and do that and comment on young people's posts on Instagram, they see who you are. And when they don't know who you are, they click on it and then go to your page and try to find out, what you're about. So I didn't know if you did that at all.
Yes, I didn't really comment a lot because I didn't know exactly what to put, but I did go on other surrounding like Shawnee Forward and stuff like that, and I'd make sure I'd like their posts so people could see that we're involved and liking everything.
And Ms. Cormack, you're up.
Great job, guys. Quick question about just the size of Tecumseh, right? We know Tecumseh is smaller than Shawnee, smaller than Oklahoma City, Durant, all that stuff. Did you guys take an approach to the town being smaller? Does that make sense? Like, it's not a Dallas.
I'll take this one again. So we realized that it's a small town, so we knew that the majority of people would be in Tecumseh, and so we made sure to be involved in like the high school, and like when she was showcasing different activities and events and workshops, I made sure like those were eye appealing on the Instagram stories, and made sure like people knew them and they were being shared, so everyone around that area would see it.
Thank you so much. Let's give a virtual round of applause for Team 2. Nice. And next, this is another team that I really pushed. They actually had 2 clients. They actually presented Wednesday, and they're following up and presenting today. Welcome, Team 3.
Okay. Hi, my name is Emily Wilmuth, and I was working alongside Yusuf Mikhail, and today we are presenting over our second client, Worrells Haven. So Worrells Haven is a local nonprofit organization in Shawnee. They are a sober living home. So they provide support and engagement through the community by hosting events and support groups. And we were working with board member Ethan Fraley.
So for the problem statement, they really just had a lack of overall online presence. There was no website, no Instagram, and the individuals on staff had a difficult time understanding how to really use social media to its full potential. There was no logo, and there was 2 Facebook pages, which ended up being confusing for individuals that are trying to find information. To the left, these are examples of the previous Facebook pages. It was all just clunky and kind of just difficult to understand.
So for our marketing strategy, we definitely knew that they needed an effective website. We wanted to utilize social media pages, not just Facebook, but hopefully extending into Instagram and creating more creative and engaging content. And as you can see here on the left, this is a graphic that we were able to create for them to kind of give them some inspiration and idea of something that they can post in the future.
So starting off, we did a marketing analysis. It was pretty extensive, pages long. And for the most part, they got X's on most of their things just because of the lack of online presence. But this helped us reveal the need for change and helped us understand where to start and what direction to head to.
So for our stoplight chart, for our red, we put their services were not clearly defined and they don't have a defined mission statement. So Facebook was really the only social media online presence they had at all, and they did not have an about section on their Facebook. So if someone were to visit the page, they would not really know what the company was at all. In the yellow, we said effective online presence. Like we said, they had some online presence, but it wasn't really being used to the best of their ability. And using their communication channel, as we showed you previously, their Facebook posts were not very good with being able to communicate with their potential clients. And then for green, we said taking steps to improve their marketing because definitely heading in the right direction. It's just taking them a little bit longer to get there, but that's kind of what we've been working towards through this whole thing.
So for our recommendations, we started by, we really wanted to make the mission statement known. And then we wanted to utilize websites like Fiverr and Canva to create content. And then we wanted to follow a posting schedule and expand the social media presence, maybe eventually creating an Instagram account. To the right is the posting schedule we created. We thought 3 times a week was really solid just to keep their name just out there and being consistent.
So for our results, they actually have a website in progress now. So they were able to take some of our ideas and actually hire somebody to create that for them. They do have a developed logo, which we incorporated on our title page, and they used Fiverr for that, which we recommended to them. They now have one Facebook page, so they deleted one of them. And so they're able to focus on one and gain a stronger following through that. They are in the process of creating an Instagram page to overall just increase their online presence. And they actually added a social media chair position to their board per our recommendation so that they can have one person just fully focus on content creation. And as you can see on the left here, this is something that we were able to create for them. Since they did have some difficulty kind of knowing where to go and how to create content, we created this step-by-step guide for Canva. So they're actually able to use that and create through there.
So for our lessons learned, we had a unique experience working with a startup. It's just difficult to create an online presence when there really isn't much there. And then we developed new skills in content creation through Canva and Fiverr. And we realized the importance of effective communication, whether that be through email or Zoom.
So just to conclude, we provided them many tools for success, and there's still a lot of work to do, but they're definitely making progress and steps in the right direction. And then Yusuf and I were able to develop our skills and knowledge in working with a nonprofit and just kind of gaining new knowledge through certain websites and just overall. And that concludes our presentation.
Great job, team three. Is the client in the room? Is your client in the room?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so we'll start with Mr. Dash, followed by Ms. Corrick and Dr. Cragen.
So because I'm still going to stick to this Instagram kit, just because I see it on everybody's recommendations, what would you recommend they do on Instagram to increase their presence? My thoughts would be to do a search around Shawnee and find people that have pictures of themselves drinking or partying, and then making a comment on there of, when you get tired of this lifestyle, hit me up. Something simple like that could really gain your awareness out there.
I feel like Instagram is, in our culture today, it's the biggest social media. So having a presence on Instagram is really important. Regardless if they do message people or they comment on people's posts, I feel like just having a presence on Instagram is just really important. Especially like if people are having troubles, more like having a presence on different social media accounts will have them they'll be more likely of a chance of them viewing World's Haven. That's what I was going for.
All right, Ms. McCormick.
All right. Did you guys learn any skills as far as content creation is pretty vague, right? I believe the hardest part of content creation is coming up with the content and not the Canva, not the pretty flashy post. It's what are we actually posting about? Did you guys relay to your sponsor here what they need to be focusing on, or how to come up with more and more content?
Yeah, so for us, that was something that we kind of noticed through their Facebook page. As we showed on our presentation, they had very just kind of long paragraphs of information. So we were kind of able to let them know that they needed to focus on specific information and just the important stuff, because a lot of people overlook those things. So with content creation, whether that be through Canva or something else, when they're putting that information on there, to put the most important thing so that those people are able to see that and not get too overwhelmed.
Okay, and Dr. Cragen?
Yeah, I'm assuming that market segmentation is a critical issue here anytime you use social media, like who uses what social media, something like what Chris mentioned earlier. Was the primary target you were trying to reach people who are in trouble, or the families or friends of people who are in trouble?
So it's specifically for sober living. So they take those individuals that are struggling, and that's who kind of they're focused on reaching. I think definitely reaching family and friends is important too. So they're able to kind of reach out to those individuals that do need help, but specifically those that are struggling is kind of who they're aiming to reach.
All right. Let's give a virtual round of applause for team 3. All right, some of you kind of slow. Okay, all right, that's a little bit better. Okay, and next up, we have team 7. Team 7, you're up.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Kaylee McCurry, and I had the privilege of working on the Instagram and coming up with content ideas.
And my name is Morgan Martin, and my roles were the team lead, so I was in charge of communicating with our client as well as helping him with LinkedIn.
So first, we're just give an overview of all we're going to talk about today. And first is our client overview, then our problem statement, our marketing strategy, our analysis and results, our recommendations, our client feedback, and lessons learned. So first, with the client overview, our client was Chris Brannon and his company Rooks Digital, which is a video production and editing.
And so our problem statement here is going to be defined by using the stoplight chart. So what you see highlighted in red was essentially what our client did not have in the very beginning, which was no social media presence and ultimately no connections or network to basically engage with his audience. What's highlighted in yellow is what he did have, which was a number of attendees at his live events. However, they were low, and that was something that he wanted to work on. So then what you see in green is essentially our main 2 promises, which goes into our results, which we will talk about later in the presentation, but it was essentially to rebuild the client's social media presence, as well as expand the client's knowledge of digital marketing. So our marketing strategy, like I said before, where he started, he had no digital footprint. But in us engaging and utilizing the fullest of Instagram and LinkedIn, we ended up by building his social media presence and building his network.
So first, some analysis and results from our Instagram analytics. With the first post we made, he went from 14 attendees at his event to over 50. It had 32 views, 1 share and 1 comment. And at his live gaming events, he's able to use his Instagram as a platform for people to reach out to him, follow him, and connect with him. And then also, we had the privilege of making a promo video with our client for Dr. Green's Latin Dance Night. And with that, we posted and utilized Instagram Reels and Instagram posts to give a bigger base on Instagram and get more views that way.
Are you looking for some fun? Are you looking for something to do? Well, I have it for you. We have a Latin Dance Night Friday, May 7th, 2021, from 6 to 9 at Oklahoma Baptist University, Geiger Center. This fundraising event contributes to the Andrews Green Business Scholarship, which supports underserved Black students. The cost is $10, but it's free for OBU students. Come with us. Help us support this needy cause. See you there. Are you looking for some fun?
So with that being created, we're going to go into our recommendations for our client is as he continues to host live events or even get services offered like creating promo videos like he did for Dr. Green, we recommend that he continues to post up-to-date content about his events, continue to make connections through LinkedIn, and we do believe that having this promo video he created for Dr. Green is one of the biggest connections that he can make to build his brand, as well as utilize all features of Instagram such as Reels, IGTV, and Stories to get the fullest experience. And what you can see here is just some client feedback that we were able to get. And what this ultimately shows about our client is that we were able to provide some value for him. We were able to succeed in our 2 main promises that we did feature on our stoplight chart. And it's just been very encouraging and a wonderful experience for us to work with him.
First, 2 of the lessons learned that we've learned is that it expanded our own knowledge of digital marketing and was able to explore and curiously pursue creativity with the different content creation and such things like that.
And another lesson learned was to get the most usage out of our different social platforms. I ultimately got to take away the most usage out of Instagram and LinkedIn, as those are still kind of new platforms to myself, as well as be able to have this opportunity to get real world experience that we can apply to our future. So with that being said, we want to say a huge thank you to our client, Chris Brannon. We've had such a pleasure with working with him, as well as thank you to Dr. Green and everyone in the audience for watching our presentation. At this time now, we will take it open for some questions.
Thank you, team 7. And we're gonna start back up again with Ms. McCormick, followed by Dr. Cragen, followed by Mr. Nash.
Ladies, My question is, what was your biggest challenge with this internship here?
So we believe the biggest challenge was that our client not only not having a digital footprint, but didn't know exactly who his target audience was, who his demographic was. And so whenever we worked with him, we were able to identify that it is ultimately teens and young adults that really work with him because he does live gaming events, cornhole events, and also video production. And so by analyzing that, I think that was one of the bigger challenges we were able to overcome.
Sounds like it was pretty all over the board.
Yes.
Dr. Cragen?
Yeah, I wanted to comment on something I'd heard in an earlier presentation on Wednesday. Someone commented that it doesn't work to have two people on the screen. I totally disagree with that. I think you guys did a great job by having two people on the screen. It makes it more one-to-one contact, and I would certainly encourage other teams to do the same thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good point. Is your client in the room? I just didn't want to omit him. Did he show up? You know?
I didn't see him.
I don't know.
All right. You know, that's what you get when you have this little box. All right, Mr. Nash, you're up.
So what else besides just learning out the first digital footprints did you guys actually learn? Did you guys go into any sort of web design or making any sort of social media for them, or giving them any other tips and tricks about what they should do to actually get that started?
So he didn't have an Instagram at first. So he had it, but he wasn't utilizing it. And so we basically gave him tips on how to use all of Instagram. So use the IGTV, use the Reels, use the feed itself, because through that, especially with the Reels, you see content from people you don't follow. So that's cool to get people that you wouldn't normally reach to see your page.
Okay. Anybody else? Skip it up for Team 7. And now for that's nice. I like the heart, Dakota. That's nice. I like the heart, showing some love. And now for our last presenter of the night. Oh, your question.
I just wanted to throw out a little thing that I noticed, that Dr. Green waited for the 2-minute warning until after his video was stopped. So
hey man, don't throw shade. Don't throw shade. That's just so wrong, man. I love you, brother. Okay, next up is Team 10. Team 10, you up.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, my name is Jackson Wynn, and I and my partner is Maddie Yeager, and we had the privilege of doing our micro internship with American AC here in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
So a little bit about the company. Like Jackson said, they're a local company in Shawnee. They were established in 1976, and they install and repair air conditioning and heating units, and they are committed to a high level of service.
Yeah, so as far as what we did for the company, we realized that American AC did not have a strong online presence at all. When we used a web grading service, it showed that their online presence had a 15 out of 100. So we knew that there needed to be a greater sense of online engagement and increased leads. And so those are the things that we focused on in this internship.
What you see here is our stoplight chart that we made for our client, and the colors correspond to how well they're doing in each of these areas. So if it's a green light, that means it's something they're doing well. If it's yellow, that's something that they could improve on. And if it's red, it's something that really needs improvement. For example, them effectively using their communication channels, which we were able to help them with through this internship and their Facebook. One thing that they did do well is clearly stating their products and service to customers.
Yeah, so for our goal for our internship, we wanted to create engaging content through Facebook. And with that comes an increased brand awareness. And because those were our two focus points, we wanted to also gain knowledge of the American AC industry so that we knew how to market better for their company.
Here we have a logo video that we had made for our client to use for any advertising that they need. Right, and here we've included 4 of our Facebook posts that we made for our client. I did a lot of the graphics, and Jackson and I worked together to come up with captions and the best time to post.
Yeah, so we were also able to publish a media release. And so with this media release, we really focused on what American AC does as a business and how we were able to serve them in this internship.
Here are some of our results. I've included a screenshot from the Facebook Insights, and this is one of the things that we use to make our posting decisions. I've also included some specifics from some of our most popular posts. So our hiring post got 8 shares and over 2,400 people reached and 1 message about the job, which we were really excited about. Our spring services post got 51 engagements and 1 share. And lastly, our media release was published in the OBU newspaper. So that was another way to get their brand awareness up.
Yeah, so some of our recommendations, first of all, we really utilized boosting ads in our first few posts on Facebook, and that turned out to be very successful, as you guys saw, with the engagements and shares that we got. And so we want to continue to encourage our client to boost their ads in their posts so that they get more feedback. Not only that, but it's really important to schedule posts in the month. And so we actually scheduled several of our posts and it was successful. And so we want to encourage our client to continue scheduling posts, maybe 5 to 6 a month, and that will be really successful in getting engagement.
Another recommendation we have is for them to implement creative logos and videos to engage their customers. It's really important to catch their attention, to be able to tell them more about your company and your services. And lastly, we have the recommendation for our client to join Facebook groups, both for the industry and for job seekers. So that way they can find more leads for customers and for potential employees for their job openings. In conclusion, some of the things we did were create engaging content through Facebook. And we also personally learned more about digital marketing through helping them with their social media.
Yeah, and going off the engaging content, we were able to create more brand awareness for American AC through our engagements and likes and shares on Facebook, which was very helpful. And also we got great ratings from our client. It was such a privilege to work with Ashley, and I know she's on here. And we learned a lot from doing this internship, and we look forward to seeing how American grows over the coming months. So now we're going to give it up for a time for questions.
Thank you, Team 10. Unshare your screen, please. And on that note, I will start with Ms. Ashley. If you wanna say something about your students, your student team.
Just they were really great and easy to work with, and anytime I had a question or anything, they would get back to me and all of that. And I mean, like they both said, we don't have a strong online presence. I mean, we've updated our website, but I mean, that's just the website, as far as like Facebook and stuff like that. We have an Instagram, we don't use it either. So we decided just to start on, I was actually just looking a while ago, we haven't posted on Instagram since 2019. So it's been a while. But as far as Facebook, we do try to post. However, it's me and Randy. Randy's back here. We're in the office, and I mean, he's the owner, so he's everywhere all the time. And I mean, I'm on the phone a lot and stuff like that. And, doing all the housekeeping things. And so, posting on Facebook and social media for that matter does kind of go on the back burner. So just, having them to help during, our upcoming busy season, it was nice. So they were both good to work with.
Thank you so much. I always like to have, at the end of the day, it's all about what the client thinks you are. Dr. Cragen, you're up. You on mute?
No, I'm not on. Here we go. Well, as it happens, I'm American's longest standing customer in history, Ashley. And very, very appreciative of the work they've done for me, not only in air conditioning, but in heating over a 30-year span. Previous owners and everything included. Wow, I really appreciate this presentation. And I'm just going to comment, I think you guys were saying it would be really good to have someone like me do a 30-second video on their website or on their Instagram, right? Is that what you're saying, Maddie?
Yes, that's one of the things that we had talked about, and that would be great if you could do that. There's the connection right there.
Well, we make things happen on this. This is like the magic squares. So thank you, Dr. Cragen. Mr. Nash, you're up.
I actually have a couple of things to say on this one. One thing, I think Facebook groups is an excellent idea to get on there and just make a post. One thing that I'm kind of iffy on and something that I've never been a fan of is boosting posts. When you boost a post, you don't get the complete control over what you're boosting, and Facebook will only give you that smidgen of customer feedback and customer views so that you keep wanting to come back for more and just click that easy button. So when you create an ad from scratch, you actually have complete control over that, and you can customize your audience how you want to and reach who you're wanting. The other thing that I had, I'm trying to be quick, do either one of you looking to get into digital marketing at all?
I would, yes.
Okay, so if you do that, when you present to a client and you're talking to them, and this is hopefully going to help you out a little bit, is you need to look at their competitors and what their competitors are posting, and look at the views and try to look at what those views are generating revenue-wise. And then go back to your client and talk to them about what views you can provide for them and what that means revenue-wise. Because when you put things in just words, people listen to you, but they don't really hear you. When you put things into numbers and values, people are listening and they're hearing you, because now they're like, oh, that actually means something to me. When you can say that you're going to increase revenue by 30% and here's what that means, opposed to, hey, we can just increase your revenue by getting you some views. Put it into numbers and actually look at what your competitors are doing. That way your client looks at it and goes, oh, this is meaningful. This means that I can spend money on you to make that happen. Instead of, you don't bring them a monetary value, they don't really see that, and they don't have an urgency to want to spend that money.
Thank you so much. Ms. McCormick?
All right, really quick. Ashley, hats off to you for supporting OBU and doing all this. I know it used to be, especially with service like AIR, you used to open up the yellow pages and flip through and you called your person, right? Now we have all these options. I agree with you guys choosing Facebook. People really utilize Facebook now even more than Google. When it comes to finding a service, they want to see who their friends are using and who they're recommending. So those were my comments. And great presentation, guys.
Good deal, wonderful job. Let's give Tina virtual pause. Don't hate. So we got a few minutes. I just want to have, and I'm double booked. I gotta, as Jackson know, I gotta go to another meeting. So I just want to have in the room. I would like to just have quickly. Lauren McCormick, tell everybody when you graduated and what you're doing right now. And I want Mr. Nash to do the same, and Dr. Cragen to give us a shout out. Then we're gonna leave. And I'm gonna run to another Zoom presentations.
All right, so my name is actually Lauren Cleveland now. I need to change it on my Zoom. Haven't been on Zoom yet. So I just got married 3 weeks ago, living the honeymoon life, I guess still, but I've been working with AT&T doing outside sales, currently looking for a new position, and I have an interview in 2 hours. So I graduated in 2020, technically walked in August because of COVID, but yeah, just taking it day by day. Still haven't found my it job yet, but looking for it.
Good job, Mr. Nash.
Yeah, I graduated in May of 2019 with my degree, and I am currently a director of events and retail marketing for Renewal by Anderson of Oklahoma and Northwest Arkansas. So we sell bougie windows, and that's what we do. So.
Good deal. And Dr. Cragen, shout out, Dr. Cragen.
Yeah, real quick, I graduated in 1969. I'm still in that honeymoon period with a wife that I married a few days after graduation, which is the way we do it at OBU.
Well, like Leslie, that very, very, and we want to thank, again, we want to thank our clients. We want to thank our alumni. We want to thank our students. Did an amazing job. I told them this is the Olympics. This is the Olympics of OBU business marketing stuff. So great job. And we want to continue these relationships. So I will be doing this in the fall. I think I have at least 2 teams, 2 classes that I'm going to do this with. Yeah, I got you. Okay. So you guys take it easy. I'm going to go run. God bless you and have a wonderful and blessed day.
Thank you, Dr. Green.
Take care. Thank you for coming up.